Alright, so step one is to fill each bottle with an inch or two of juice. Our favorite juices are cranberry juice or white grape juice. This is why Keifer has such low sugar content, is because you're only really using a little bit of juice. My wife likes it with a little bit more, I like it with a little bit less, and so you just kind of do it to your taste. So you fill all your bottles up very first with maybe an inch, like I said, an inch or two of juice. And then you go get the kefir, which has already done its first ferment, which you'll do at the end. You need to stir that up because there's kefir powder in there, and that powder is what eats the sugar out of the juice you put in and carbonates your juice, or whatever flavor it was. So we stir that up and then pour it through a strainer into your bottle. You want to leave a little headspace because, as you'll see later in the video, when you open these things up, they'll carbonate. And so in my attempt, I overly filled that one, and the longer you leave these out, the more carbonated they will get. And so at the end, we'll put them in a fridge to keep them from carbonating anymore so they don't explode on us. So it's important here that each of these bottles are sealed. That sealed is what creates the carbonation. In your first ferment, you leave it open to the air, and then the kefir just keeps reproducing. But when it's sealed, that's what carbonates your juice. So now at the end, you'll start a new batch of your first ferment. And so you fill this up with water. It really needs to be room temperature water. That's a real big key. Otherwise you can kill your grains. And we put about a cup of sugar for every gallon. You can wiggle with that a little bit, it depends on how fast you want it to ferment. So you mix that all up. You want it to get dissolved. And so we usually mix it a couple different ways, get that thing spinning. And then we put a cheesecloth over it, because we want to minimize any dust or anything else that could get in that jar. And then that'll sit until your first set, which are the bottles, carbonate, and then you start a new set. And so you have a constant supply of these bottles coming in. So 24 to 48 hours, you start to get these bubbles on the top. That'll let you know that this is getting done. Sometimes we wait until the bubbles are all the way, there's a film all the way across the top. And then you got to be careful when you open it because it'll carbonate. So I keep my finger on top just so I can shut off the air flow. And then there you go. You throw those things in the fridge. That's how you know they're ready, and you enjoy.